Possibilities are all around us. Everywhere we look, we see opportunity in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action in communities all around the world that we call home. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving equipment to those who need it most. From fighting disease to rebuilding schools, together we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at rotary.org/action.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. The Rotary Club of Pickering's Giving Celebration. It's a little bit of a different format than we're used to. Usually we're in all together and we're a much larger group, and we're able to give so much more. But nevertheless, we really truly appreciate the opportunity to actually give back to our community. We've had to change like all organizations, and some of the give backs have been in gift in kind, not necessarily financial, but nevertheless, we are always committed to giving to our community. To start with, I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Ryan, the mayor of all Pickering, for some opening words. Mayor Ryan.
John, thank you very much, and I really do appreciate the opportunity to be with you tonight, even if it's just virtually. We've had so many great evenings together with the contributions that you've made to the community over the years, and it was always a great pleasure to participate in those firsthand. But here we are together. It's been a difficult year. There's no question about that. Matter of fact, I was speaking with someone the other day who thought that the best way to describe the past year was the words from the Grinch song, stink, stank, stink. It's yeah, that pretty much sums up the 2020. But listen, we've got a lot to look forward to, and we can base that optimism in no small way on what you do in the community, have done, and continue to do. And you know, it's all these small gestures and larger gestures that make community complete. And so to each and every single one of you that have made that contribution and continue to do so, and for what you do to represent Rotary as a whole, I want to thank you wholeheartedly on behalf of the City of Pickering Council and myself and our community. And I can't say any more than God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ryan. And we can't do it. I think tonight's about partnership as well. And the city has been a great partner to us, you know, especially over the last 6 months as we're holding our events, the support that we've received, you know, from helping with our food drive and the pylons and providing gifts for us to give to those who donate and even beyond as we're planning for the future. You know, World Polio Day, raising the flag for us in the city. These things really really help us in many different ways, and we truly appreciate the partnership that we have with you and all your employees. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I'd like to also introduce and also, you know, something very important. Mayor Ryan is also an honorary member of our club, so I've got to make sure I always mention that as well. So yeah. I'd like to introduce David Stone to give a few words about Rotary in general.
Thank you very much, President John. Well, Rotary is an international movement and a club of like-minded business, professional, and managerial people who have pledged their support to each other to work together to make the local community and the world a safer, better, and more peaceful place by building bridges of friendship, bridges of communication, and finding answers to people's needs and problems. It all started with a lawyer, Paul Harris, in 1905 in Chicago, who met with 3 other businessmen on a rotational basis in their places of work. And that group of 4 is now over 1.2 million men and women in over 35,000 clubs like this all around the world. We all believe in service above self. Are we effective? One Rotarian in this Rotary district came up with an idea, a plan for how to eliminate the disease polio around the world. And that sounds pretty impossible, right? 1.2 million, more than that, Rotarians supported that plan. And they have been working for quite a few years now. And we are down to less than 100 cases per year in only 2 countries in the world. We are this far from eliminating polio from the face of the earth. And that's the strength of like-minded people working together, believing in service above self. We also worked in doing so with the World Health Organization and helped reduce 5 other diseases while we were at it. That became known as Polio Plus. We've supported bringing 2 refugees to our community in the recent past. We've earmarked money as well presently for Laotian and Beirut projects. Locally, we help support other charities such as those tonight who will be receiving these checks. We provide scholarships for local students. We are now in our 34th annual Pickering Rotary Music Festival, giving not just local kids, but people of all ages an opportunity to show their music or their arts. We are credited with the project, which is leading to the new Pickering Performing Arts Center, where all of the cultures of Pickering will be able to perform and show their arts. We are developing First Nations outreach and partnership, and we gather money and food for the food bank. We're working on the Rotary Park down at the bottom of West Shore Boulevard at Lake Ontario. And we make new close friends while we're doing all of this. If there's anybody here who would like to be a part of that, hey, we've got a Rotary Club for you. So, thank you, President John.
Thank you very much, David. I appreciate that. And it is amazing when how many different things start with Rotarians and one person with an idea and others begin to support it, and amazing things can happen. So thank you very much for that. Another order of business that we have tonight is our final trip of the month draw. So I'll turn it over to Trina to give us the to pull out the final three tickets for the year.
Okay. Does everybody see that? The drum?
Yep.
Click. Okay, so it's spinning. I'm going to open it and reach. I'm going to look away, not looking at it. Reach to the very bottom. And so the final winner, this is first place, is David Sishi. This was sold by Bonnie Roberts Jones, incoming president. So David is first place in the December draw. Second place is Billy Hong, sold by Richie Ho. And then third place in December is Course Can Sigandier. I don't know who this was sold by.
Oh,
but,
that's me. Korjan, singing deer.
Korjan. Is that
Yep.
you, Perry?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So those are the last winners in the final draw for Trip of the Month.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Trina. And it's great to have that completed, that cycle completed with the 12 months now. So thank you very much for that. We can't do anything if we don't have partners, especially when we're focused on community. So tonight we want to recognize four of our partners with appreciation. And starting off with Sophia to introduce the first one. Sophia? I think you might be on mute still, Sophia.
Sorry, our first partner appreciation is for Mary Michaels from Delta Bingo.
Hi, thank you. Sure, we are definitely partners. Thank you for that, but really it's all you guys. I coordinate an association of 64 charities who partner with Delta Bingo. And of course, Pickering Rotary is one of them. And we are all very, very proud of all you do for our community. And we thank you all for that. Thank you.
Mary, we truly appreciate the support that you've given us, even as COVID was here. It really truly is a partnership, and you help make a lot happen, not only for us, but for those that we support as well. And we appreciate you being here to see where those dollars are going and being a part of tonight. We do have a certificate. I know Evelyn's holding it up if you can find her square in amongst all that. And that we will get this certificate to you in appreciation for that partnership. So
well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll call on Evelyn Smith to introduce the next certificate.
This is for Scott McKechnie. On behalf of the Pickering Rotary Club, I'm pleased to present you with this certificate in appreciation for your organization provides such a vital service to our city. And you are so generous to permit us to have our meetings at your site. And you've always been a great supporter for our fundraising. So this certificate is well deserved.
I don't know if Scott's here, but I do know that Nicholas, are you on? Okay. Well, we will reach out to Scott and make sure that we deliver that certificate. Once again, a very generous individual who has lent his business to Rotary in support of what we do, both for our meetings and beyond. So we really appreciate him as a partner. I'd like to call on Bonnie Jones to make the next presentation.
Okay. Am I on mute? No, I'm not. Okay. I would like to make the next presentation of a certificate to Magdalene Lesman of the Congress of Black Women. And I spent some time looking at the work that your organization does. And I, as a Rotary member, am very proud to be able to partner with an organization like yours that does so much work for women and the community and the Black community and the scholarships that you hand out and all of those things. So thank you very, very much for the work that you do. We applaud you, and we love having you as a partner.
Is Magdalene on?
Mhm.
Do you want to say a few words, Magdalene?
Hi, thanks everyone. I am Magdalene. I'm from the Congress of Black Women. And actually what our organization has been working in the community for more than 47 years. And more recently in the Ajax Pickering area, we deliver programs to all groups, children, youth, seniors. And most recently, we had a technology training program for seniors. And that was very, very interesting, because we had about 90 seniors in partnership with the library and Service Canada. We actually had to deliver iPads to seniors' homes all over Pickering and Ajax. And the 19 seniors attended every session. They were quite enthusiastic, and they never missed a bit. And I'm very much encouraged when they come back to me and say, one 87-year-old woman called me and said, you know, Madeleine, my internet was down. And I normally wait for my daughter to help me. But this time I tried to do it on my own, and I got it working within 2 days. Another one said, you know what? My son calls me technophobic, you know, and here I'm taking notes. And she said, I was so afraid of technology. I always wanted to take an online class. I'm going to register in the spring for a course at a university in BC. That is very encouraging, and we do work one person at a time. I also want, on behalf of the Congress, to thank Rotary Club. But you've consistently supported us. We've given us a $1,000 annual scholarship to give to the students, because we, on an average, we try to give 4 scholarships a year to students, and we can always rely on Rotary Club to deliver one. And those scholarships are usually based on need, academic achievement, and community involvement. So the students who get this scholarship, it comes in handy. It really does help them. It helps them avoid, help reduce their financial burden for both themselves and their family. And also what it does, it helps prepare, it goes beyond that just one student, because it helps ensure that they are able to complete their studies. It helps towards completing their studies, and also qualify them to get full-time jobs and set them up for the future. Those same individuals come back and give to the community. So for that one individual we received $1,000 scholarship for, it has a rippling effect. So thank you very much on behalf of Congress of Black Women. And your 2020 student who was awarded your scholarship, her name was Nader Hager, and she is actually a high school student from Pickering High School, and she is pursuing a psychology degree with concentration in forensics at Carleton University. Again, on behalf of Nader and the Congress, thank you. You are helping us help our community one person at a time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magdalene. Our next presenter is Dean. Are you there? There you are.
I am, John. President John, thank you. Over the past year, the Rotary Club of Pickering has partnered with Tyler Allen, the owner of Allen's Independent Grocer in Pickering, and we've completed 2 food drives in support of the St. Paul's on the Hill Community Food Bank. Allowing us to use the parking lot in front of his grocery store to collect the food from the public, Tyler graciously matched $5,800 in food and cash donated by the public, giving the food bank an equivalent credit. Across these 2 food drives, because of Tyler's generosity and including money donated by our club and our Rotary District 7070 and a large donation of rice received from another source, we raised a total of $27,300 worth of food toward alleviating local hunger. But the true value of Tyler's contribution goes even further. During a difficult COVID year, we especially appreciated both the success and the value of this type of in-kind fundraising and the opportunity to connect with our community and to help our neighbors. But most of all, Rotarians love to work together as a team and have fun. The food drives we completed with Tyler were the highlights of our year, a great boost to our morale. And we're lucky to have Tyler and his wife Terry's support and advocacy. On behalf of a very grateful Rotary Club of Pickering, I'm honored to present this certificate of appreciation to Tyler Allen.
Don't know if Tyler's on. However, we will, Dean, you and I can make sure that he gets the certificate. We'll drop it off in person, but we truly appreciate everything that he's done for us as well. Thank you, Dean. I'd like to call on Margaret from St. Paul's on the Hill Community Food Bank to give us a few words about our partnership with them over the last few years. Margaret?
Hello.
Hi there.
I unmuted myself. So, it's a pleasure seeing you this evening, even if it is a virtual meeting, the new way of doing things. But it's been a pleasure working with the Rotary Club. Dean was mentioning so many things about Tyler and the Rotary Club and working together on our behalf in the community. It's been great. I do remember coming in on that September day. It was very sunny, and the organization skills of the Rotary Club collecting all that food and chasing all those people down the parking lot to get food for us. And delivering it to us. Thank you, Sean and Richie, with no effort. And it was such a welcomed donation at the time, because by September, we're pretty bare. Our shelves are sort of stretched, and this really gave us the pickup to get ready for Thanksgiving. And it's not just been this one year that you, the Rotary Club, have helped the food bank. It's gone on for many years, and we're very appreciative. And it's also many years that Tyler Allen and Carrie have been involved with us. I know of at least 15 years that I've been with the food bank, and Carrie and Tyler have been walking along with us and supporting us all those years. And we do appreciate it. And it's ongoing. And all I have to do is ask, and they step up. So it's really appreciated. I won't, we've been very busy at the food bank. Our numbers have increased because of COVID and people being unemployed and stretched. I just happened to go and get some numbers off our system. And so far, that's from January 1 to today, we have fed 10,975 people in our community. And we wouldn't have done it without your help or Tyler's help or any other grocery stores. And the city of Pickering, again, is always there supporting us. It always has our back, and we appreciate it. And our numbers have increased. Right now, I have about 600 families on our roster. And, in a couple of years or 6 months, they may leave us, and that's fine. That's why we're here. The big term, the long term, the short term, we're here to support them. It's Christmas, and of course everybody loves us at Christmas time, and we're getting a lot of support. We're just through the church, we've handed out 170, or we will by the end of this week, handed out 170 gift bags, which includes, there's Tyler, which includes some treats of cookies and so forth, and some gift cards so they can do their own shopping. And we can't do it without this great community of Pickering. We are blessed that they are here to support us, and we do appreciate the Rotary Club, Tyler, Carrie, Tyler's Allen's Independent, all of the stores in Pickering and Ajax. Thank you, Rotary. Thank you, Rotarians.
Thank you, Margaret, for everything that you do. We really appreciate it. And I do see Tyler on now. I'm not sure if you heard Dean's beautiful speech about you, Tyler, but would you like to offer a few words about our partnership and about the food drives that we've had?
Sure. Can you hear me, John?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, sorry I was a little bit late attending, so missed the early part there, but thank you very much, and just thank you for mentioning us tonight, and all the work. Like, I was just blown away, the super support that the Rotarians, yourself and your team provided twice this year at our location in helping to raise awareness and some food products and dollars for the food bank, which is much needed every year. And this year is an exception for sure with the increased needs. So we just really, I was blown away by the support that the Rotarians had in coming to the store, setting up, gathering the food items, and then getting them distributed to the food bank, all in a safe manner in this COVID year, I guess we call it. So we really, we think it's part of our duty as a food store to help the food bank as much as we can. I mean, it just makes sense. We're food people. So Marg is easy to work with, and we certainly appreciate partnering with her and with you and your group, and look forward to more fundraising in the future.
Thank you very much, Tyler. It's a pleasure working with you. It really is. And we're looking forward to having more events in the coming year with you as well. So thank you very much. We do have a certificate for you, and Dean and myself will make sure that we drop it off, and we'll take a photo and post that on social media as well. So thank you very much for everything you do.
Thank you.
Now we get into a fun part of the evening as well, which is our giving opportunity to present some checks. And although it's not the value that we've had in the past, we're still very happy and very proud to be able to help these organizations that are very supportive within our community and beyond. So I'd like to call on Charles to present the first check. Charles?
First of all, I got to say thank you to Richard. As soon as it was brought forward to me, I've been the international director for the last 4 years, and we've tried to help wherever we can within the world. We've done things in Africa, Puerto Rico, on and on and on. It goes all over the place. And as soon as it was brought to my attention, I did my atypical and tried to use the maximizing Rotary wheel. And I put forth a bunch of money as the company that I own, and therefore it was matched within the Rotary Club of Pickering. And I just like to say thank you. We will be sending you a check for the amount that we'll just put off to the side for right now. And thank you for all your effort and things that you have done to get it going, Richard. Very much appreciated.
Richard, would you say a few words about the project? It's supporting Beirut, Richard.
Well, yes, thank you very much. And I greatly appreciate the opportunity to join you this evening. It seems like August the 14th was just yesterday in many respects. For a year that we found ourselves in lockdown or working at home, it strikes me that time has flown by very quickly. And it is fortuitous this evening that I can tell you that 22 clubs in our district have joined together with us on the Beirut project. And that is to acknowledge the fact that Rotary Club of Pickering is a very important partner to us in that project and joining together on this particular project. With the 22 clubs, our district has informed us that our grants committee will also be providing funds of $25,000 US from our DDF fund for the global grant, which actually puts us within very close reach. We're working with 2 other districts, 70-40, 70-10, and we are just about at our target of $150,000 US as of yesterday. And that is to acknowledge the fact that we are very much in this together. The project, of course, with the explosion in Beirut, which took place, we are in the process of putting together a global grant, which will be about $350,000 US. to re-equip the operating theater in the pediatric ward at the one public hospital, which was just 900 meters away from the center of the explosion. The global grant number's been assigned and the project will be moving forward as quickly as we can get that done. We're in the process of finalizing the global grant application to move forward. And once again, thank you very much to the Rotary Club of Pickering for joining with us. Steve Rutledge and myself and our group are very, very thankful for your support, and we would be nowhere close to where we are without your partnership and support. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. And you'll keep us informed as they make more progress. And I think, this all goes back to what David Stone was saying originally. Rotarians can do wonderful things when you collectively start working together. We can move mountains when needed and help out all around the world. So thank you very much for everything you do, Richard. I'll call on Susan to do the next presentation.
Hi. Ooh. We're echoing because we have two laptops going here. Okay. Calling on Bevan Wellwood for Scouts, where we've selected you as one of our charities. Sorry, I'm plugging the other laptop. The Scouts is a very important program. I know that helps the children in the community and teaches them, friendship and skills and going outdoors, and they've helped us quite a bit as well. I don't think you guys can hear me anymore, can you?
We can.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. So I'll hand it over to Bevan to discuss what the kids do and how we help out and take it from there.
Bevan?
Hello, good evening. First, I would like to thank the Pickering Rotary Club for inviting First West Shore Group this evening. Imagine, it was just over a year ago that we were meeting in person and handing out apples to you as a thank you for your support of Scouting. While this year has been challenging, I am happy to report that our three sections, Beavers, Cubs, and Scouts, have been keeping extremely active. Our weekly meetings have been conducted outdoors for the most part, including following the guidelines of the province as well as those of Scouts Canada, a limited number by Zoom. While it has been a challenge, it has been a great move for the majority of our programs outdoors, where we could take advantage of the city's numerous parks. From bottle rocket launchers to twilight fun with glow balls and sticks, map reading and orienteering, bike hikes, Christmas light hikes, and everything in between, we have remained active and continue to keep our youth engaged. We've also been active in the community events, taking part in both the Rotary Club's food drives, as well as helping with the Ajax Rotaries to drive through Rib Fest. Sorry I brought that up. Our group was pleased to be part of the Pickering Drive-By Santa Claus Parade last weekend. Tomorrow evening, our Scouts and Cubs will be following our annual tradition of Christmas shopping for toys at Canadian Tire, with Canadian Tire money that the youth have collected. We will be then donating these toys to CFTO's Toy Mountain. A number of our Beaver Scouts are actively pursuing their North Star Award, the highest achievement award for Beavers, which includes a community service project. One youth has just finished his food bank drive with over 435 pounds of food being donated to St. Paul's on the Hill. While the year has been challenging, we have survived, and hopefully, as restrictions are lifted on camping and other types of activities, Scouting adventures, we can look forward to a more active 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bevan. And, we really truly appreciate it when we look up as we're doing the hard work at the food drive and we see you pulling up with the Scouts and the support that you actually provide us back as well. It truly is a partnership. And I think I was mentioning to you, I was a Scout as a youth. And when you start looking around, many Rotarians were either Scouts or Girl Guides or something of that as well. So it's great to have this long-term relationship with you. And we appreciate everything you do for our community as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call on Fred to make the next presentation. Did Fred fall asleep?
Fred is not there.
Then maybe it's not on. Fred?
Sure.
Okay, well, I will give this presentation. This one goes to Sunrise Youth Group, and we're very, very happy to support support this.
I'm here, John.
Oh, there you go, Fred. Continue then.
Sorry, am I frozen?
No, you're there.
You're good. You're good.
Did you give the presentation?
Sorry, who am I presenting?
It's okay. I just was reading off who it's for. It's for the Sunrise Youth Group. And so I'd like to call on Sharif to give us a little more background on your organization and receive the check.
Hi there. My name is Sharifa. I'm representing Sunrise Youth Group. I'm the admin and volunteer coordinator. Before I go into what Sunrise is, I just want to say a big thank you to the Rotary Club. They have been such a big part of Sunrise for these last few years. Annually, they're able to help us out, and we greatly appreciate it. And it always goes to a good cause, and our members and families are greatly appreciative of all the donations that the Rotary's been able to give us. So brief explanation on Sunrise. We've been an organization for almost 30 years now. We cater to young adults who have developmental disabilities, and we offer a day program as well as a recreational program. Greatly appreciative of all the donations. The day program is we offer it from Monday to Friday. Almost 30 years now. And sorry, am I echoing?
Yeah. Yes.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we run programs Monday to Friday. Each day includes 2 programs, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and they're all catered towards teaching our young adults of the disability community life skills and social skills that will allow them to feel more accepted in our community. We offer programs from literacy programs, humanities, hot lunch programs, fun Fridays, basically anything that we feel they'll benefit from. We also offer a recreational program that usually runs in the evening. So this is kind of a more fun program where we offer bowling nights. This was obviously when COVID was not a part of our lives, but we did dinner and movie nights, and we were able to kind of come together and do cooking classes and all that fun stuff. But since COVID, we were able to really take on the issues on hand, and we heavily used Zoom, and we did all of our programs and activities through there. And as much as it was difficult for our members to get used to it, they were really able to, and we were able to have kind of a positive outlook on the Zoom and our program at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much for always supporting Sunrise Youth Group. We wish we could be there together and I could bring some of the members, because they always love taking their trip to the Rotary and accepting the check and taking the picture and doing all the fun stuff. But we know life's a little different, and we still appreciate the fact that Rotary can make it happen for organizations such as ours.
We appreciate you being here, and thank you for giving us a background on your organization. And we look forward to a day where we'll get together at our park and just have a nice big barbecue at some point, right?
Of course, we would love that.
We'll have some fun. So we'll look forward to that. I'd like to call on Sean Bailey to make the next presentation.
allowing us to be with you tonight. It's great to see so many familiar faces, and with the charities too. I see Carol, and I certainly know a lot about Sunrise, although I've not met Sharifa. If it's okay with you, I just thought maybe I would quickly share a screen, which is probably better than looking at my mug. Can you see that?
We can. Thank you.
Great. Okay. So now it's not going to let me see it. Hold on. So yeah, 2020 was a challenge. We got through it. It was tough, but one thing with families that have kids with disabilities, we're very resilient. We know how to rebound, and we don't give up. So we're in it for the long haul. And but we were so grateful and appreciative this year of Rotary support. We know fundraising was tough for you as well, and I just wanted to let you see some of the faces that that you helped. This is one of our art projects through our Zoom. This was, of course, prior to Zoom, when we would get together. This was our guys' night out and gamers. During COVID, we took advantage of having a little bit of extra time and some brilliant summer students, and we launched a new website. We had signage donated to us for our hub space. Where we could, we got together. We did a lot of Zoom programming, 5 days a week, at least an hour or two a day. For some of our members, that's the only connection we get. I can tell you that, because of the sensory issues with autism, a lot of our guys can't mask, and so simply had not left the house in, 6 to 8 months. And even so now with the cold weather coming again, it's a little bit bleak. So we really concentrated on mental wellness, and we actually had 20 community volunteers that came in and did weekly phone calls with some of our members who were particularly vulnerable to social isolation. There's some of our group at the Pickering Rec Center, pre-COVID times. We also this year, we had this amazing opportunity due to COVID. We had our first virtual family symposium. And because it was all via Zoom, we were able to bring in these international speakers and sector leaders from across Canada, these really innovative families that are doing cool things, coming up with great housing models, and as well as local service providers. And so we connected that way, and we kept our families looking forward, looking for the future. We worked virtually. I don't know if you can see it in the back here. It's probably better in a couple more photos. But we set up our space with these hygiene shields. We got a grant to create those, and we put together our first art exhibition. So members came in a couple at a time, socially distanced, and those that could wear masks did. And we created this amazing art exhibition and worked with the McLaughlin Gallery in Oshawa. And they beautifully presented our pieces for the month of October. There's a better shot of the hygiene shields. I don't know if you can see them there in between. So people are masked and they're wearing hygiene shields. This was our Halloween party. Unfortunately, we had to cap it at 10. So we did sort of staggered start and end times, but we got through it safely. We did, again, as I said, we did tons of Zoom programming, and we still are doing that 5 days a week. These kits, I don't know if you can see them very well, but this was what Rotary helped us with. So for our families doing the programming from home, a lot of them didn't have art supplies. And so we're coming up with Zoom programming where they can do these great art projects, and we have facilitators. But if you don't have the supplies, you're kind of doing it like on a paper plate with something. So we put together 100 kits, sports, arts, and music percussion kits, so that when they're zooming in for the music programs, they've got maracas and tambourines and a cacophony of percussion instruments. We had our AGM virtually, like everybody else. These were the pals, the 20 volunteers I told you about that made weekly phone calls to some of our members. And I just wanted to let you know that our families, much like Rotarians, they're not afraid of hard work. They're always painting and cleaning and donating and doing whatever needs to be done. We don't have a lot of money. We don't have any government core funding at all, but we've got sort of determination and willpower. And so we just get together and do whatever needs to be done. And so I just wanted to thank Rotary Club of Pickering for everything that you do, for caring about the community and families, people who are isolated, adults with autism and their families have lived with social isolation for a long, long time. And so we're in some respects, we were well prepared, but it's really the supportive community that lets us carry on. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy. I really appreciate that. And we're happy to be a part of what you do and in any little way that we can help. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to call on Marlon to do the next presentation.
Tested. You guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. So I've been given the honor to actually present to the organization Shine Through the Rain. So in preparation over the last few days, I've actually been going through some of the manifestos that I've seen on their website with some of the families that have benefited from their support. And I was truly humbled by the outpouring of appreciation from the families that have benefited from this organization. I myself was reminded of my family's challenges with critical illness a few years ago as well. And it's comforting to know that an organization like Shine Through the Rain exists that will be supporting the families. And I'm honored to present to Laurie and her organization, Shine Through the Rain, a donation from the Pickering Rotary Club. Laurie?
Hi, good evening, Rotary Club of Pickering. Thank you very much. We are so excited to have your continued support. We really appreciate thinking of us and not abandoning our local patient families during these very unusual times. Now, thanks to you specifically, some of our local families, many with children, will be able to remain in their homes and have a chance at enjoying the Christmas holiday season. This has been a particularly challenging, troubling year for the children, their families, us as an organization, yourselves as well. Families turn to us when they are trying to focus on recovering in their own homes. Otherwise, they really are at high risk of disconnected utilities, eviction, hunger, affording hospital parking to access treatments. And on top of that, we soon have coming up our virtual pediatric Christmas party this year. So there will be a little bit of a benefit for some local families as well. Now, our mission is to support individuals and families affected by life-threatening illnesses, working hard to improve and enrich the lives of those who approach us in their time of need. Now, we do support adults, children, and families from all walks of life. Navigating the many emotional, physical, and financial challenges arising from an unexpected health crisis is never easy. So we aim to shine a light by offering compassion and guidance. So I talked a bit about our virtual pediatric Christmas party, one of our programs this time of the year. We also have the rainy day funds, which is the emergency financial aid that I had talked about. And a question to ponder, how many of you have an extra $100,000 sitting in your bank account that you don't know what to do with, that you could spare without it impacting your lives. So just think about that for a minute. Now, this doesn't happen to every family diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, but we have heard, locally included, from a referral hospital social workers and some of the patients that sometimes that's what their debt took just to try and stay afloat with everyday cost of living while income is reduced, because usually you're too sick to work to earn income or be with your sick child. So that's the question that I have for you. And like I mentioned, this does not impact everybody in that way, but we do see people that it can impact in that way. I know I expressed appreciation and thanks at the beginning, but again, before I come to a close, you have no idea how much we appreciate your continued support, because a lot of our local referral partners and patients have felt abandoned by donors and other funders as well. On top of that, some of them have had their surgeries and treatments delayed, which means they're deeper into financial ruin, on top of the social and emotional despair. So again, thank you very much. We really appreciate this. And we could not continue to be here and provide our services locally without you.
Thank you very much, Lori. We appreciate the kind words, and we're happy to be a partner of yours, and look forward to staying in touch with you as the new year unfolds as well. I'd like to call on Leon to make the next presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great time with our virtual gift giving. I've known this group for quite a long time, and I'm very, very blessed to be able to give an award to Windreach Farms and Carol Delquist. And I just want to read a little bit of an excerpt from their website about who they are. So over a quarter of a century, Windreach Farms has been providing impact and life-changing programs and services for people of all ages and abilities. Our client list of individuals, families, and agencies continues to grow each year as we develop new programs and continually review and update existing programs. Our founder, Sandy Mitchell, born with cerebral palsy and a three-time equestrian Paralympian, recognized early in life the value and impact of an accessible farm and natural environment for individuals with special needs of all ages. Animals and fresh country air combined with barrier-free design is good for everyone's overall mental health and well-being. Sandy's vision to inspire, empower, and change lives turns the ordinary into the extraordinary experiences for our visitors and program participants. If you haven't had an opportunity to go to the Windreach Farms, it is a great place to go and visit and to see just nature and the animals and to be part of that experience. So I'm going to turn it over to Carol, and she can speak more of her foundation.
Well, thank you. Thank you so very much. I don't have to say anything now. You've kind of said it all beautifully. Really appreciate the invitation to be here tonight, to Pickering Rotary and all of you. Very, very grateful for your ongoing support. These are indeed challenging times for charities, and they're challenging times for service groups such as the Rotarians and Lions Group, and really appreciate that you still are committed to doing what you can to support all the charities in Durham Region. And I know I speak for everybody when we say how grateful we are. Challenging for the farm, yes, we had our doors closed when COVID hit back in March and shut down all the programming, which is very difficult for staff and volunteers, but more difficult for all our participants who rely on coming to the farm for their mental health, their physical health, and their overall well-being. People with disabilities are often isolated to begin with, and to have those programs and those essential services not available to them home with their families, and the stress that that has on the families as well when they're used to having their children or their loved one go off to a day program or to come to our therapeutic riding program. So it's been really difficult. And you know, unlike other places that have buildings, you can shut the door and all just go to work virtually. We're 105 acres with 100 animals. So we have to care for them and feed for them and exercise them. And we needed to have a plan of safety and protocol to be able to bring some staff and volunteers on site to be able to care for those animals. Because as you mentioned, they are integral to what we do. They provide those moments that transcend a human connection sometimes. And, you know, holding a bunny or riding a horse can be life-changing for people. So it's been rough. We are slowly opening up. We have started our therapeutic riding program. Our day visitors program has been very, very limited. However, we got creative and we did some drive-through events. One on Halloween, which was a huge success. We had over 300 cars come up, and we had stations all set up over the farm. So that was really amazing. We have done some virtual programming, but for some of our participants, that's too challenging for them. They cannot process the technology or the digital platforms. So we're always trying to move forward and be the light at the end of the tunnel for the people we serve. And we have been around for over 30 years. And Sandy Mitchell has taught us that nothing is an obstacle you can't get by, and nothing will stand in your way if you want to make magic happen. And so that's what we do at the farm. And we're just really grateful for your ongoing support.
Thank you very much, Carol. And we're proud to be a supporter and partner of yours as well. So thank you so much. I'd like to call on Trina to make the next presentation.
Thank you, John. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this to Kevin Harrison for Muscular Dystrophy Canada. I still remember when Kevin came out a few years ago to a meeting of ours to present on behalf of muscular dystrophy. And Kevin actually doesn't live near, he's all the way out in Hamilton or Burlington. So, I mean, I guess this is the silver lining of COVID, is that we are on a Zoom call for this giving presentation. And this is the first time that Kevin's been able to accept sort of in person. So so happy that we could support muscular dystrophy again this year, Kevin, on behalf of the Rotary Club of Pickering.
Thank you, Trina. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to partner with you guys. It's our third year now working together. This year, you guys funded an elevator for two brothers who live with muscular dystrophy, who both have severe disabilities. Two brothers who live in Pickering. So it's great that the funds are staying local, helping a local family, and they really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for the help. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin. And it's great that you were able to join us. And we look forward to having more conversations with you in the coming year as well, and keeping up with all the wonderful things that you do. So thank you for being here. I'd like to call on Don to make the next presentation.
Great, thank you, John. I'm going to be making a presentation to Marlon, who's the chair of the Pickering Rotary Musical Festival. And as David mentioned early on, the Pickering Rotary Musical Festival will be hosting the 34th annual music festival. However, this year, due to COVID restrictions, it will be an online event only. We certainly feel that this format will provide our community with a reasonable option that will continue to provide support for the arts within our community, while also addressing the guidelines for COVID-19. The music festival has a rich and long history in promoting the arts in our community, and it provides great opportunity and a stage for all our talented performers to demonstrate their skills and talents and receive valuable input, feedback, as well as educational experience. Marlon, as chair of the Pickering Rotary Music Festival, led the festival before and has done a fantastic job. I know with the assistance of his committee, this year will also be a success. Therefore, it's my great honor and privilege on behalf of the Rotary Club of Pickering to present Marlon a virtual check in support of this year's music festival. Thanks to all the great work you do, Marlon. Much appreciated.
Thank you. And this is me receiving it virtually as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just to top it up, because obviously Don did his research in terms of the Pickering Rotary Music Festival. 34 years going strong. We definitely felt, COVID or no COVID, we needed to represent this year. And in such, we actually found a safe way in which we were going to adjudicate the festival. So to Don's point, our registration is open right now. We've reached out to all of our past participants, and we received some very positive feedback from the music teachers, from the students, as it provided them with another avenue where, you know, everyone is locked in. I heard earlier one of our receivers actually mentioned that some of the groups, they haven't even been outside just because of some of the challenges that they've had. And we can certainly appreciate how that has done. So as a committee, we felt it was necessary to continue to support the arts in the community and make sure that the kids have this opportunity, as many of them are actually pursuing you know, further studies in music as careers and so forth. So we wanted to make sure we give back. So definitely appreciate the contribution from the Rotary Music Festival, and also appreciate the support from the Pickering Rotary Club. It's, of those 34 years, I've only been at the realm of as a chair for, this is going to be my second year. And, you know, some of the stories that I continue to see is just how, you know, how open the teachers, the students are. And when they get into that language of music and they start talking back to the adjudicators to get the instructions, it's always very comforting to see that unfold in these very young eyes, and have them come back and year after year performing with us. So thank you again, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys at the music festival in April.
Thank you, Marlon, and we're very lucky to have you as a member of our club and to be leading the music festival. You've done an excellent job with that. Thank you so much. And I'd like to call on Jackie to make our final check presentation.
Thanks, John. I'm very pleased tonight to be bestowing a check upon Ape Action Africa. The Rotary Club of Pickering has presented a check in support of this cause for a number of years now. It's also meaningful to us because we are presenting this check to a fellow member, to Susan Eberth, who we know is a committed primate scientist and does a lot of work in ape conservation with this group. So we're very pleased to be supporting this cause again. And Susan, can we invite you to tell us a little bit more about Ape Action Africa?
Thank you so much, guys. It was really unexpected and very much needed. For the past, for 3 years straight, the project was supported by Pickering Rotary Club, looking after their education program. And it helped immensely. We actually got to build a education center in the forest for the kids. We brought over school books and supplies. They had a year of nothing but puppets, so they could learn about animals without actually having the animal there in front of them. We brought a lot of villagers and the children into the park, which are, you know, miles away from the park. So the park is home to over 300 animals. They're all rescued animals from the deforestation and the bushmeat trade in Cameroon, Africa. They're celebrating their 25th year this year in doing so. So this kind of falls within our international and now environmental aspects of pillars of Rotary, actually. So right now we have 23 gorillas, over 100 chimpanzees and various monkeys that are all been saved from the trade in the project now. And these animals are looked after by local workers, and they have a huge education program that brings children from various parts of the villages surrounding and brings them into the park so they can learn. A lot of these kids have never even seen these animals alive. So they're now getting to learn what their forests have and appreciate what they're, you know, they have right in front of them. And the education program supported by Pickering has been amazing. And this will actually help get it back on its feet, because with COVID, we had to suspend both the volunteer and the education program. But now they're opening that back up again. So this will help get that started again for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. We appreciate that. And we're happy to support a great cause. We look forward to staying in touch with you in the future regarding this cause as well. So that is the end of our check presentations. And Mary, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'd like to call on you if there's any words of reflection, because tonight wouldn't be possible without you and Delta Bingo. You're a big part of what goes on here. So Mary, any other words that you might have? I think you're on mute. The common phrase for the year is I'm on mute, right?
Yes, yes. Well, we're hoping very much that Delta is able to remain open. So during the month of November, we were open for the entire month, and with the allowance of 50 patrons at a time. And I have to say, I know Rotary are aware of this, but that month was the best month that we've had since I joined, which is 2 years ago.
Wonderful.
So what was happening is we were open, not for bingo, because table games were not allowed. We opened in our tap and play machines, which are cabinet games like slot machines. They were the only thing open for the patrons to play. And what we gather is the casino players came over to play at Delta, and the revenues were the best that we've had. We are now, so during the month of December, we were at 50, but we got knocked down to 10 when we moved to red. And we're still open. It's still 10 people there always. There's not lineups, but it is always filled with the 10. So we'll have a fairly decent month again. I'm just hoping that we're going to be able to stay open, and so we can contribute to our 64 charities, and that keeps up for us.
Well, thank you again for all you do for our community. We truly appreciate it.
Well,
I'd like to also call on Mayor Dave Ryan. Any other final words of reflection, Mayor?
Well, John, just once again to thank all of you that have contributed so much to the community. And you know, it's inspiring every year when we listen to the stories of the contributions that are being made across our community. And I'm just so proud to be able to bring something to the table on behalf of the municipality as a whole. And just as a special aside to Justice Stone, we are going to get that art center, David.
Yay.
And
Yeah.
we continue to work on that. And I very much appreciate all of the support that we've received, the moral support as much as anything else as we move forward with those projects. So again, to all of you, listen, it's the last chance I'll have probably to see many of you between now and the end of the year. So just let me say, we all celebrate in our own traditions and in our own faith. And however you celebrate the season, I hope that you enjoy the strength of that faith and the warmth of family and friends, albeit remotely. And in my tradition, to each and every one of you, very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ryan. Appreciate that. And I also just want to thank the members of the Rotary Club of Pickering. We are a small club, but a very mighty club. And, you know, even despite COVID, we still are able to do wonderful things for our community and be a part of it. And, you know, when you have these days where everybody is on from the community and you're seeing the actual impact that when you pull together what we're capable of doing as a community, it really does give you a warm feeling inside and warms your heart. So thank you to the club members. Thank you to all our community partners. We appreciate it, and that will conclude our evening. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, John.
Good night. Thank you.